iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Turn 3. What? Oh. There we go. Turn 3 After Dark by Bromley Designs.
Welcome in here, race fans, tonight to the Kentucky Speedway. It is Salt Flat Racing. They are back with the SimBox Cup Series, presented by Salt Flat Racing. Race fans, are you ready to go racing in the Bluegrass State? It's Kentucky. It's not the Kentucky Derby, but there are tons of thoroughbreds out on the Speedway right now. 29 drivers have made their way here to the virtual Kentucky Speedway tonight, and it's bound to put on one heck of a show. Drivers like Hunter Reynolds, Roy Fernandez, Michael Sturgill, all drivers that have multiple wins this season. They had themselves 3 quick hot rods here in our practice session. Cody Sleepers picked up a win, and Randy Johnson and Brandon Massey way back at the Daytona International Speedway. All those drivers have picked up wins this season. Your points championship, though, well, with only a handful of races left this season, right now, Hunter Reynolds has a 117-point lead over 2 drivers that are locked in a dead virtual tie for that second position. Those 2 drivers that are tied for that second position, well, it's none other than Roy Fernandez, the driver who won the Progression Series championship. And, of course, Michael Sturgill, the wily veteran, is right there, the driver that's going to be competing in the Road to Pro Series coming up here in just a couple of weeks. He is tied, so there's 2 drivers tied for that P2. Cole Day is 147 points out of the championship hunt. He is 4th, according to the notes that we have been passed along here tonight. Then it's Cody Levitt, who's sitting 5th. Josiah Millen is 7th, with Cody Sleeper in 7th also. Jamie Leach is sitting there in 8th, with Randy Johnson in 9th. And Greg O'Berry, after missing 2 races this season, he is sitting there in the 10th position. He's looking to try and pick up a couple spots here before the end of the season. And we talk about coming to the end of the season. We are here at the Kentucky Speedway for 100 laps of hardcore Cup car action. before we head to Michigan next week. Then we head to the Tricky Triangle in Long Pond, Pennsylvania, to the Pocono Raceway. The Charlotte Motor Speedway is yet to be ran this season, so we will head there. And then Phoenix, of course, will be the championship race. So just 4 more races left after tonight. It's still not over for Roy Fernandez or Michael Sturgill. I think possibly Cole Day may be sitting on the outside, though, at 147 points. It may just be too late and too much for him to overcome. But at 117 points, if Hunter Reynolds has something happen to him, which, man, that boy is bad fast, the driver out of Florida, so it's going to need a lot. Right now, he is sitting P number 2 here in qualifying. It's the driver out of Texas who just happened to get power. That's Jordan Smith. He has the top spot currently. Some drivers still yet to turn in their qualifying time here. Looks like about a little under 20 seconds left here in our qualifying session. And while we have time, race fans, we got to thank you all for tuning in here tonight to watch the Salt Flat Racing Cup Series here on Tuesday night. It's night 1 of 2 for Salt Flat Racing, as they'll be back tomorrow night with the IROC Series. Can't wait for tomorrow night, though. The IROC Series also puts on one heck of a show. Salt Flat has a lot of good divisions running here lately, and, well, just look at that. It is just about time to head down trackside for our starting lineup, which is brought to us by SimBox. Race fans, are you in the market for a button box for your iRacing rig, your Forza rig, your Assetto Corsa rig? Well, look no farther. Head on over to SimBox today. Doug Neal, owner-operator of SimBox, can build you a custom button box to your specific needs. Head on over to Facebook.com, type in SimBox PC today, and get that custom button box. This is your starting lineup here tonight at the Kentucky Speedway. Starting on the front row will be the driver out of Texas. He drives the number 24. It's Jordan Smith. Starting in P number 2, the driver out of Florida. It's the Fuel Sim Racing Squidward's entry. This is Hunter Reynolds. Starting in position number 3, it's the number 99 of Cole Day. The number 13, Great Lakes Brewing Ford Mustang here tonight will roll off 4th. That is driven by Jamie Leach. Starting in the 5th position, it's going to be the SimBox Motorsports out of Lancaster, Pennsylvania, driving the number 71 of Nathan Maurer. Full Throttle Motorsports, number 88 for Tim Combs, will roll off 6th here tonight. For the SimBox Motorsports, number 6, it's the Cuban Cowboy Rocket Missile of Roy Fernandez. He'll start 7th. Starting to his outside, driving the number 90 here tonight out of Cincinnati, Ohio for the Full Throttle Motorsports team. This is Michael Sturgill. Starting in the 9th position, out of Virginia, driving for the Full Throttle Motorsports number 33, is Greg O'Berry. The driver out of New York, it's the speedy UPS man. It is the number 12 of Randy the Big Unit Johnson. Starting in 11th here tonight, he also hails out of Texas, and he has power here tonight. Driver of the Raven Graphics, the crew, number 7, Doyle Lowrance. Starting in the 12th position, driving also out of Texas, a lot of Texas drivers here tonight. The No Doubt Racing, number 56 of Stephen Pugh. Starting in the 13th position, hailing out of Virginia, driving the Turn 3 Racing Network, number 15 for the PRJ E Motorsports team. This is Peyton Johnson. Starting in the 14th position, driving the number 01 SimBox Motorsports entry, this is Cody Sleeper. Starting in the 15th position, hailing out of Ontario, Canada, driving the K1 Graphics Liquid Molly 83 Beefy Motorsports, this is Brandon Feeney. Starting in the 16th position, hailing out of Kutztown, Pennsylvania, driving the Keystone Motorsports number 31 of Donald Bennett. Starting in the 17th position, it's the Need for Speed Motorsports Massachusetts number 22 of Joshua Buckley. It's the Go Vols Nation, No Doubt number 98. He comes out the gate racing Jason Dobbs. He'll roll off 18th. 19th out of Virginia, driving the NSRA number 19. This is Russ Hancock. Starting back into the 20th position, hailing out of South Carolina, driving the Atkins Motorsports, number 75 of Quincy Atkins. Starting in the 21st position, hailing out of Las Vegas, Nevada, driving the number 38 Deeper Darker Dew, this is Cody Levitt. Starting in the 22nd position, hailing out of Nebraska, driving the Go Big Red Racing, number 2 of Jared Hagedorn. Starting 23rd on the grid, hailing out of Kutztown, Pennsylvania, driving the Jordan Hen Racing number 40 of Josiah Millen. Starting in the 24th position, out of Mexico, driving the 04 Draft Top Raise Energy Drink number 04, Danny Valenzuela. It's the owner-operator, number 77, Doug Neal of the SimBox Motorsports stable. He'll start 25th, with Darrell Clotter pulling up the rear. Cars are on the Speedway, race fans, and we are ready to go racing. 100 laps here in the Salt Flat 150 as they roll into the Thomas E. Step Foundation. Green flag zone, green flag up in the air. 100 laps going to be the distance here tonight. As everybody storms off into turn number 1, all 26 drivers do come up through the gearboxes, and they're all going to chase Jordan Smith out of turn number 2. He'll lead us down the back straightaway for the first time here this evening. A couple drivers trying to jockey. There comes the 71 SimBox entry out of Lancaster, Pennsylvania. This is Nathan Maurer looking to the inside there. Just about 3 wide down here in turns number 3 and 4. Out of turn 4 they come. It'll be Jordan Smith in the number 24. He'll lead lap number 1. Cole Day is third. Second. Hunter Reynolds is third. Jamie Leach is back here running fourth in the Great Lakes Brewing entry, but he's under fire from that 71 of Nathan Maurer. Squidward dabs away down the back straightaway in that number 28 machine. He's trying to get back into P number 2 where he started here tonight. Hunter Reynolds just not able to quite get there. Roy Fernandez is high, wide, and handsome as here comes the number 90 of Michael Sturgill. The other day, he hit the jackpot. Out racing here on iRacing.com, became the largest purse winner in Salt Flat history. No, he didn't win it here with the Salt Flat Racing stables, but being under the banner of Salt Flat Racing, that puts him at the top of that board. So congratulations to Michael Sturgill and that whole group for winning the other day on iRacing. Big unit of Randy Johnson going to pick one up there from Fernandez. He's pushing Fernandez back the wrong direction. There's that 88, the Exalta, number 88 of Tim Combs. There's Doyle Lowrance, driver out of Spring, Texas. Currently, Lowrance back here on the crew, Netflix sponsored. Retort Esports. This is Doyle Lowrance back here out of the Raven Graphics stables. He's running 12th currently. There's the number 31 Draft Top entry. You know, last week we had the Draft Top 150. Of course, Draft Top being on Shark Tank the other day, Friday night on ABC. Well, Donald Bennett still flying those colors out of the Bromley Design stables. And yes, Draft Top, for all you race fans tuning in, they did ink a deal with Damon on Shark Tank, so congratulations to Pat and the whole group over there with Draft Top. Looking forward to see what the future holds for them and that whole product and the company. And, well, we love our Draft Top here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. It'll actually be traveling. I already packed it in the bag, which I probably should unpack it because I'm going to have to pop a couple tops here and drink topless, but it's already in the bag to head down to Tennessee, where there's that driver. He's already running there in the 16th position. That's Racing Jason. There you see him. And his number 98. Some new colors on the 98 crew here. You see a little bit of orange. That's Racing Jason's favorite color. That's our favorite color too. Hunter Reynolds getting passed here by the number 13 of Jamie Leach on the outside. Michael Sturgill also lurking in the background. Right now, Hunter Reynolds going to take back P number 3. Those are the, I was going to say the 2 lonely Fords of the group here tonight, but there are 2 other drivers driving Fords. It's the 22 of Josh Buckley and Jared Hagedorn, driver out of Nebraska. He also is driving a Ford here tonight. Danny Valenzuela, though, with that new Raise Energy drink machine. I'm being told the new flavor coming out of Rep Sports and Raise Energy is going to be South Beach. I heard it's actually pretty good. So, race fans, what you should do if you want to taste that brand new Raise Energy drink, I know we already have it on order here to be delivered to the Turn 3 studios, is therepsports.com. Head on over there and find that South Beach, and on checkout, make sure you use checkout code UTWRX to save yourself 15% on checkout with all purchases over at repsports.com. So right now, Danny Valenzuela, that Toyota driver back here running into the 23rd position, as there's your race leader. Driver out of Plano, Texas. He has power here tonight. He's keeping warm as the heater comes back on. Jordan Smith has led 8 laps. He's working lap number 9 for himself. There you see Hunter Reynolds. He's now pulled into P number 2. As Cole Day falls to P3, Michael Sturgill is 4th, Jamie Leach is 5th, Nate Maurer, Greg O'Berry, Randy Johnson, Roy Fernandez, Tim Combs, and Peyton Johnson currently all sitting there inside the top. We're calling 11. We give Peyton the little bit of extra nod there. Roy Fernandez working to the inside of that number 12. Look at Peyton Johnson. He'll step out of the line. Big Johnson coming to the inside. Trying to get around that. Result to 88 of Combs. You know, you follow along on Facebook, you see Sparks there. That's, I believe, out of the 12 machine. You know, we talk about Combs and being a better golfer than he is a racer. I'm a little disappointed this week when I tuned into Facebook. I didn't see any virtual golf coming out of the Tim Combs streaming stable, so a little bit disappointed I didn't get to watch him. I did get to watch Donald Bennett, Josiah Millen, and Cody Levitt, though, play some PGA golf here via their computers and whatnot. So that was pretty cool, an interesting game there. As you see Fernandez, oh, one of them into the outside wall there. Believe that was the Greg O'Berry, number 33. Brand new paint scheme. That's actually the paint scheme that I believe it was Corey LaJoie ran in the Daytona 500. I believe, anyway. At least I know it's one of his primary schemes this season. And right now, Greg O'Berry's going to give up all that track position he had gained. It's going to drop him back to running in that 10th position. And don't see any real damage on the side. Maybe just scraped up that right-hand side a little bit as Combs going to make a big move down to the inside here on Johnson. That is Randy Johnson driving that number 12 here tonight, the driver out of New York. Well, what can Brown do for you, driver, right now? Running that number 12 back there, now running 9th. He did pick up 2 spots in the early stages, now drops 1 here on lap number 13. See Jamie Leach there in that Great Lakes Brewing Ford Mustang, the driver out of Ohio, running in that 4th position. Nathan Maurer here. You know, there's something about this driver here out of Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Race fans, there's not many people I know that runs more iRacing races in a day than Nathan Maurer. Then again, when I think about where he lives out there in Amish country here in Pennsylvania, because our studios are located right down the road, but we're in Berks County. He's over there in Lancaster County, and, well, or I guess that's York County. I don't even know. Regardless, it's Amish country, and there's not much to do out there. I think Jebediah churns the butter, and Moses milks the cows. But regardless, Nathan Maurer, one of the most seasoned drivers here in the Salt Flat Racing Series, with number of races run in a week. He's always streaming his point of view when he's racing. You can find him, I believe it is his page over on Facebook.com is 171 Racing. He is actually live as of 15 minutes ago. We don't want you to really leave us here on the Turn 3 Racing Network tonight here from the Kentucky Speedway, but if you want to get a good perspective of what we can give you our onboard camera as Roy Fernandez is all over the back of his SimBox teammate, this is what it would look like pretty much if you tune in, but you would get to see the facial expressions. He does have an onboard camera with him, so the driver of that number 71 bringing you some great views. Oh, is Fernandez and Tim Combs almost come together there. On lap number 17, you don't want to be tangled up in a mess here in this early of the race because we haven't even got to those green flag pit stops, and they are coming. The green flag pit cycle probably going to be in the next 6 laps coming up, I would guess, from our fuel calculations that we ran as we were talking to a bunch of the drivers here earlier before we came live onto the air. For all you race fans that are tuning in out there, if you're tuning in via Facebook Live or YouTube Live, we appreciate you tuning in here tonight to watch some great racing by the SimBox Cup Series, presented by Salt Flat Racing. Cody Levitt a little bit deeper in the field than he would like right now, and he's driving next to the Send It Studios, number 75 of Quincy Atkins. Oh! Levitt going to touch the outside wall down the straightaway. He touches the wall, and Quincy Atkins is going to get right on by. There's Josh Buckley also lurking in the background there in that draft top, number 22. Darrell Clarner back here, and looks like he is running down Danny Valenzuela right now. right on board here with Daryl. See him draft down the back straightaway. Draft does play a factor here at this Kentucky Speedway. You see the sun there, though, in turns 3 and 4, absolutely blinding for a couple of these drivers. Looks like Russ Hancock had himself an issue with this number 19. See a little bit of right front damage on the number 19 here. So Russ Hancock has been into the outside wall a time or two. These drivers, they're all just linked together right now. Leach running there in that 5th position. Fernandez running 6th. 7th to Maurer. 8th to Tim Combs. And then you got the little bit of a gap back to the little bitty Peyton Johnson. Peyton Johnson still trying to work the bugs out of his brand new sim rig that he has. I was trying to communicate with the driver of the 15 earlier. Race fans, it sounded like he was literally inside one of these NASCAR Cup machines. All you heard was tires squealing and motor revving. It was pretty funny, if I must say so myself. And Peyton Johnson, you know, like I said, still dialing in the bugs out of his sim rig. Maybe we'll have to get him to turn down the volume and talk into the microphone. 1 driver, 2 drivers coming to pit road here. As though one of them going to miss pit road. That's the 12 of Randy Johnson. Misses the commitment cone, and Johnson will now most likely get a penalty from the iRacing officials here tonight. As Pugh came down, Johnson came down, and Griffith came down also. Well, let's take the look back here and see what happened to Randy Johnson out of turn 4. Oh, it looks like he was trying to come to pit road and was really in a bad position. Got a little bump there by Doyle Lowrance, and it pushes the 12 past the commitment cone. Right on board here with Randy Johnson. Trying to get to pit road, but just was in a bad position. Lowrance was already committed down there on the bottom side of the speedway. And that is going to be a penalty. As there you see Randy Johnson still sitting on pit road. Roy Fernandez will take over the race lead here, though, as everybody is pretty much down pit road. Hunter Reynolds, Sturgill, Maurer, Gomes, O'Berry, everybody's pretty much come to pit road. Roy Fernandez, though, wants to lead a lap here tonight. Well, look at that. We got a couple of famous people coming in here to watch tonight. We got Orlando Rivera and Timmy also tuning in out there. Orlando, we miss you and we wish you all well. Tim, we hope the weather's nice down there. Leave tuning in from West Virginia. Orlando has the best weather out of all of us, though, down there in Puerto Rico. Living the dream every day. Living a dream like this guy, Peyton Johnson. Talked about his sim rig. He's not the only driver. There's the number 75, Quincy Atkins, also just building a brand new sim rig. And it's equivalent to building a brand new race car. So right now, Quincy, you see him come by the timing and scoring stripe. He'll pick up a lap lead. Somebody that knows something about building a couple race cars. Here's the Canadian Legends driver. Also runs the 4-banger class up there and has himself a late model also. It's the 83, the Liquid Moly K1 graphics of Brandon Feeney. Talk about a driver that does a lot on a little budget. Brandon Feeney runs 3 different classes up there in Ontario and travels around to a couple different speedways. It's a very underfunded program, but does the best that he can do with what he's got. And at the end of the day, he tells me he's still having fun doing it. And when you talk about racing, it's got to be all about having fun. As you see him off sequence, going around the outside, that's the number 28 of Hunter Reynolds. See him go around that number 83. Feeney's still out there running into the second position as Quincy Atkins is the race leader. As there is Ascendant Studios, Quincy Atkins, the Midnight Performance. Quincy Atkins Racing entry. Still continuing to lead here. He's stretching his fuel a little bit farther than we thought a lot of drivers were going to be able to, as Danny Valenzuela coming to pit road, and I believe that's the 24 of Jordan Smith. And it looks like Smith has already been into pit road, and he's coming back down once again. So this is an unscheduled stop for the driver of this number 24. Looks like a lot of right side damage on that number 24 entry. So as he brings it to pit road, we'll see if the crew can beat and bang out a couple of the fenders, as here comes the 75. He'll make his first pit stop of the evening. That'll leave Brandon Feeney still out here on the track. He is the only driver who has yet to come to pit road. Couple pit road penalties that were assessed here under the first green flag pit cycle. Starting here with the number 2 of Jared Hagedorn, too fast entering pit road for the driver of the number 2 out of Nebraska. The New York driver of Randy the Big Unit Johnson. He also picks up a pit road penalty. And oh boy, one of the championship contenders right behind him. He picks up a penalty. The driver out of Lansing, Michigan, the SimBox driver, Roy Fernandez, too fast entering pit road. And I see some right front damage also on this Chevrolet. So with damage on that number 6 machine, it's going to be an uphill battle. He's already 1 lap down, running back into the 25th position. 2 laps down, actually, back into the 25th position. When this all cycles back through, it looks like it's going to be Hunter Reynolds, as now coming to pit road is the Beefy Motorsports number 83 of Brandon Feeney. So Feeney will now come to pit road for his first pit stop of the night, right here on lap number 31. As he comes to pit road, Fernandez still going to be 1 lap down. But that's going to put Hunter Reynolds now to the point here. Hunter Reynolds was, I heard him talking with Michael Sturgill, and I believe it was Greg O'Berry before the race here tonight. And they were talking about that Hunter Reynolds has a driving package at the Daytona International Speedway, and then this driver right here chimed in, and he said, yeah, I got to take an IndyCar around the Kentucky Speedway once. Race fans, I don't know about all you guys, but I would like to take an IndyCar around any track, especially my hometown track of Pocono, Long Pond, Pennsylvania. The IndyCar is not coming back to Pocono this year. Last year was the final trip to the Tricky Triangle, so that's unfortunate. Didn't get up there to actually catch an IndyCar race. I heard they put on one heck of a show, though. 5 wide. I believe there were 7 wide a couple years back, but nonetheless, Michael Sturgill was able to drive an IndyCar around Kentucky. That was pretty cool. I know I was talking with this guy right here. Josh Buckley won an event here on the iRacing.com platform a little while back. It was actually last summer, where he won an event sponsored by the racing school at the Thompson Speedway. He was able to actually attend then the racing school. That was the winning package. He got to ride along, and then he got to take one of the late models out onto the speedway. And he said there was no thrill like driving around the most historic and oldest short track in America. Was talking to him, and possibly coming up in April if we can still get some details. I'm still waiting to hear back from Buckley and to see when the official date is, but I believe a lot of drivers out of the Salt Flat Stables and a couple drivers from around iRacing are headed to the Thompson Speedway for the racing school. So it's going to be pretty neat to get to meet up with a couple of the drivers and, well, just enjoy a day at the track. Looks like Jordan Smith has called it a night here at the Kentucky Speedway. He will not be playing the banjo or playing the spoons in Victory Lane. So Smith tonight is the first DNF here. Looks like Randy Johnson has come back out onto the Speedway, as he did have to serve that penalty, so he is being shown 1 lap down, running in the 25th position. Jared Hagedorn right now, driver right there, who actually just picked up a big win in his iRacing career the other day. Jared Hagedorn winning one of those iRacing Daytona 500 events that were being held. sent me a screenshot a little bit earlier. I wish we could put it into the truck and get that up there for you. He came door banging to the finish line. He was the number 20 car in his iRacing split, and he actually pulled off the big W. The margin of victory, a tire. A tire. That is how the gap was. So that's pretty cool. He's not the only Daytona 500 winner, though, here in the field tonight. Another one of those drivers out there. This one, though, he's out of Las Vegas. There he is in the number 38. He just won. Caution flag on the Speedway. Caution flag coming out, and it looks like, oh no, the draft top, number 22, has gone around to bring out the first caution flag of the evening. Joshua Buckley having some issues with his Ford Mustang. Have to go back here and see what happened to Joshua Buckley, bringing out the first caution flag of the evening. Let's check out what happened to the driver of this number 2. There you see Fernandez to the outside. Is Fernandez, oh, boy. I don't know if that, I think there was a ton of netcode involved in that one. And race fans, you know how much I hate netcode. Let's go back and see if we have a overhead shot here tonight. Oh, there was some contact, and then Buckley up the Speedway and hard into the outside wall. There you see that 22 come to a rest, and the rear end of that one beaten and banged as he bounced it off the outside wall. So that'll bring out the first caution flag of the night, as you see all your race leaders coming down pit road. Jared Hagedorn will take the wave around. You see the driver out of Nebraska. He'll get back his lap, so he'll be now the last car on the lead lap. He'll have to start at the tail end of the longest line. It's another one of those awesome paint schemes out of the Bromley Design Stables. Michael Bromley painting up another fantastic car. Hey, would you look at that? Look at the Bromley Designs guy out there. Looks like coming out of pit road first is going to be the 38 of Cody Levitt. Cole Day sitting there in second. Hunter Reynolds in third. Michael Sturgill is fourth. Nate Maurer is running in fifth. Jamie Leach is sixth. Donald Bennett comes out seventh. Tim Combs is eighth. Cody Sleeper in ninth. And Stephen Pugh is back there running into the 10th position. Working our first caution flag here of the night in the Salt Flat 150 here for the SimBox Cup Series, presented by Salt Flat Racing. Race fans, don't go anywhere. We're going to catch a breath. We're going to pay a couple bills, and we'll be back here to the Bluegrass State at the Kentucky Speedway.
Turn 3. What? Oh. There we go. Turn 3 After Dark by Bromley Designs.
To the front bumper, and he hits him again now. Ray Alfala into the outside wall.
He's going to pass nearly 3 cars down that front straightaway, and he's going to get them all done with. What amazing.
Lead to the inside goes Logan Cloudman is going to touch in. Pit press sideways. What a save.
Look to the outside, and Cronkite goes off. De Jong into second place.
Going for the switchback. Oh, pinpoint driving.
It's howling down to the inside.
I tried, there's contact though. Wide left of the racetrack. Chris Benner drives it back down underneath, and he takes that second spot right back. Joker goes to Garrett Lowe.
Garrett Lowe should take victory with all that contact.
He's going to try and make the move around the outside the parabolica. That's not going to work, but he's going to try and get the cut back here. Get the run out the parabolica. That's beautifully done there. Michael Schubert, there's a little bit of door banging as well.
Welcome back here, race fans, to the Kentucky Speedway. We're watching the Salt Flat 150 here for the SimBox Cup Series, presented by Salt Flat Racing. Working our first caution flag of the evening, race fans, and we just went through our first green flag pit cycle. Closing in on the halfway point home here tonight, Cole Day, Hunter Reynolds, Nathan Maurer, Michael Sturgill, Tim Combs, Jamie Leach, your top 6 drivers getting ready to go back green flag racing. And as we go back green flag racing, race fans, what do you say? We turn it up a bit. boy, that's what 14,000 horsepower sounds like when it's roaring around the Kentucky Speedway. Thanks to our whole production crew down there for bringing us those spectacular shots here as we have gone back racing here, as it's at the halfway point just next time by for Michael Sturgill. He took the race lead on that restart, and he has started to pull away. He's got about a half-second race lead over Cole Day. 50 laps in the books. 50 laps to go here tonight. It's Sturgill, Day, Leach, Reynolds, Combs. And Combs is under attack here because Nathan Maurer, it's the Ohio-Pennsylvania connection. Tim Combs out of the Ohio Amish country out there. Driver out of Holland, Ohio. Remember Nathan Maurer out of Lancaster, Pennsylvania. A little bit farther back, one of those drivers that is out of, well, they call him out of Mennonite land. There's Bennett out of Berks County, where a lot of the Mennonites in Pennsylvania reside. His neighbors are Mennonites on one side and Amish on the other. And then, of course, this driver, Josiah Millen, kind of lives on the other side of the railroad tracks, same block. Doug Neal's like, leave me out of the conversation right now. I'll just tuck back here and try and hide behind him. Looks like another retiree here tonight. The crew for that number 22 of Joshua Buckley is not going to be able to get back out onto the speedway. So Joshua Buckley is going to call it a night 25th place for the driver out of Massachusetts. Not a whole lot of side-by-side racing action. There's two drivers, though, that are pretty close onto the speedway. It's Quincy Atkins. He's ran down at the Myrtle Beach Speedway with his late model. Haven't heard much from Quincy here in the last couple of days. I don't know if he's actually planning to run at the Rockingham Speedway with the late model or not. I guess I should say super late model at that point. I do know the wife was a little mad at him just the other day, and I guess we're leaving it at that. But it's good to see him back up onto the racing surface. Greg O'Berry fading now as he got a little piece of the wall. Been a rough night so far for Greg O'Berry. So everybody really starting to stretch themselves out. Reynolds going back to P number 3 here as Jamie Leach went to the outside. So Hunter Reynolds now P number 3 on the board. It's going to be a great night in points for him if he can stay where he is. He would give up about 7 points to Michael Sturgill, but he would also gain points on Roy Fernandez, as Fernandez is having a terrible night here. Got a pit road penalty issue, which put him behind, and then compounding issues as he got into the back of the number 22, sending Josh Buckley into the outside wall, and then he had to take the end of the longest line penalty, so he got the EOL, and had to start way back yonder, and right now he's just trying to play catch-up and not do any more damage to himself here tonight. He's running way back into the 24th position. He has dropped 17 spots on our timing and scoring sheets. Man who's picked up 7 goes by the name of Sturgill. I remember back, I'm going to call it about a year and a half ago when I met Michael Sturgill here on iRacing, and I still remember it. He used to run the bright yellow machine. I used to call it the bus. Missed that old bus, but I mean, he's got a great Ascari Motorsports number 90 here. It's the group he'll be trying to make the Road to Pro Series and then try and go on to the iRacing Coca-Cola Pro Series. We wish him luck. We can't wait to see what the year brings for Michael Sturgill. I believe I just heard the other day he's going to be running an IndyCar race with Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Kyle Busch here on iRacing in the next couple of weeks, so interesting to see how he fares in the Indy cars. We know how well he runs here on Tuesday night with the SimBox Cup Series. These Cup cars really fit the liking to Michael Sturgill's driving style. Wonder what that Indy car is going to feel like. Cole Day gave himself a solid night. Remember, he came in 4th in the championship standings here tonight. He was 30 points out of that battle that is for the second spot with Fernandez and Michael Sturgill. So he's trying to just get back into the discussion. But like we said in our pre-race, it might just be a little too late for Cole Day. Just not that many races left. Just 4 races left in the season. So by him having a good run here tonight going, it might be able to spark something. But it's not going to mean much when Hunter Reynolds is just running right behind you. Squidward just has to have himself solid finishes. He has to finish races at the end of the season. It has not been a problem for him so far this season. 11 races and 11 top 10s. That is exactly all he has to do, is finish in the top 10s. And it doesn't matter where Michael Sturgill or Roy Fernandez or Cole Day were to finish out the year. They could win them all, and still he would have himself a good points lead. These drivers right here are still doing another battle. We talked about Tim Combs being out of the Amish land of Ohio. Well, Jamie Leach may not be out of the Amish land, as Toledo isn't really known for the Amish or their Mennonites. But Toledo, they have a baseball team. It's pretty much all I know about Toledo. My facts don't go that far into Ohio. Right now, though, Jamie Leach getting passed up by Nathan Maurer in the SimBox entry. Nate Maurer just did a giveaway also over there on his Facebook streaming page the other day. The 717 streaming page that he has for his iRacing events. He just gave away one of those SimBoxes. Doug Neal whipped up a SimBox for him, and Nate hit that 100 followers and, well, gave away a button box. I was for sure I was going to win it, race fans. I even commented on the post, and I liked the page, and I followed all the instructions and the requirements, and can you believe it? I didn't win the SimBox. That's okay, I guess, because, you know, I got a SimBox over here on the Sim Rig, and I absolutely love it. So I hope, I don't know who won it. I didn't see exactly who, because there was one got picked, and then another name got picked because the first name did not respond to, I believe, the attempts that Nate Maurer made to reach out. So I believe there was a second drawing and a second winner for that SimBox, and whoever got it, I hope you're tuning in here tonight, and I hope you will, or hope you do enjoy it, because I enjoy my SimBox, and I'm sure you will too. You can find that review over on our Turn 3 Racing Network Facebook page, and it's posted under, I believe it's posted under reviews, actually. Sturgill doesn't need a review, as he has broken out to about a 1.7 second lead over these two drivers that are now battling for position number 2. Cole Day holds that spot in his Bass Pro Shops. Raven Graphics designed number 99. I heard Lowrance just actually redid that and put up a new version on the Trading Paints. Squidward doesn't need no fancy paint. He just needs to dab a little bit and throw it to the inside down in 1 and 2, and he'll come out of turn 2 side by side with the young engineer. As they run side by side down into 3. Cole Day is going to have the advantage through the center of the corner, but it looks like that 28 gets a little bit better exit off the corner. Cole Day is going to have to just fall in line, I think, here and try and save some tires. Last time these drivers did come down pit road, we're on 39, so pit cycles are coming up here very shortly as Reynolds does get around Cole Day. I sat down and talked with Cole Day just the other day, and he tells me he's a poor college student, but the interesting fact about Cole Day is he'll be graduating here in a little bit, and he was filling out resumes and applications, and I believe he had told me while we sat down he has himself a possible internship coming up with a race team as he's going to school for racing engineering. So right now, Cole Day looking for a job in the racing community. Nate Maurer did get around Jamie Leach just a lap and a half ago, and that'll put, well, somebody we haven't talked about. It's the winner back from the Dover International Raceway, and that's going to be the driver out of Lansing, Michigan, the SimBox Motorsports SimBox entry. of Cody Sleeper. Sleeper is sitting right here. He is a sleeper pick, I believe. He's always one of those quiet guys. He doesn't ruffle any feathers. He just comes out here and he has himself solid nights. And, well, he came in 7th in the points championship. He's only about 17 points back from breaking into the top 5, actually. Actually, it's a 20-point. It's 17 points to Josiah Millen. So, right now, Cody Sleeper going to break down the door. He might break into the top 5 if he can hold his position here. Green flag pit stops are starting to happen here as the Quincy Atkins, entry number 75, comes to pit road. Brandon Feeney's going to come to pit road, and Jared Hagedorn. So they will kick off this pit cycle here on lap number 69. There's still your race leader. Open it up. 1.9 second gap for Michael Sturgill. Cody Sleeper trying to go around the outside here of Jamie Leach. Haven't seen many moves stick and work on the outside, as Peyton Johnson also having himself a very solid, quiet night. Hasn't been drinking too much of the Kool-Aid. There you see Jamie Leach staying down to the inside. Possibly going to be looking for the number 13 to come to pit road here, I think, as he's actually going to slide up the speedway. And here comes Cody Sleeper. Sleeper's going to get off the gas, and he's going to bring his Chevrolet. Jamie Leach also late entry. I'm not sure he's going to get the commitment cone. He got there just in time. Everybody inside that top 10 just came to pit road. 2 drivers going to stay out here. Greg O'Berry and Derek Lauder. So those 2 stay out. A couple other drivers also staying out onto the speedway. And oh boy, damage. Damage on the Rays energy drink. 04 of Danny Valenzuela. That whole right side of that Toyota is absolutely junked up. It's junk, race fans. There is no hiding, denying that. As he comes into his pit stall, the number 77 of Doug Neal will go ahead and leave his stall. You see him. There's the 6 of Fernandez also. Greg O'Berry still continuing to circle the speedway in his Schuler Systems. Number 33. He'll come to pit road this time, and this driver will unlap himself. That's Michael Sturgill. Take a look back off our rear-facing camera here, and see that car back there? That's Hunter Reynolds. That's what 1.3 seconds look like right now. So Sturgill will come across this time. He will retake the race lead. Greg O'Berry's still sitting down on pit road, so he's going to lose a ton of time here. See where he all cycles back through. Pit road penalties coming down to the number 2 of Jared Hagedorn. Too fast entering pit road. Hold in pit stall for 15 seconds. So Jared Hagedorn going to go back a lap down as Sturgill comes across the line. 26 laps to go here tonight. Golday cycles back out of pit road, running in P number 3. He did close the gap a little bit, but he has been into the outside wall. You see the right front crinkled up. Not sure there's many cars. Let's take a look here. Yeah, the 71, he's crinkled up on the right front. Let's take a look. What about Tim Combs? Says he's a better golfer than race car driver, and his car looks pretty clean here tonight. He runs in that 5th position. What about this driver here? Look at Dobbs. Where did he come from, and where is he going? The Griffith Stone entry, the Vols Nation. One of those fan favorites out there. How many people tuning in here tonight to watch the driver of the 98 come out the gate? He's running in the 7th position right now. Quincy Atkins is right behind him. There you see Jamie Leach just get right back around Racing Jason. So Leach will pull back into that 6th spot. Here's Stephen Pugh. He's right there running in the 9th position right now. Stephen Pugh is 21st in points tonight. His best finish so far of the season has been 12th, and he's done it twice. Once at Daytona Road Course, and then once back at the Texas Oval. So tonight, he's inside the top 10. Can he finish inside the top 10? It would be his best finish on the season. Don't get this boy, though, on the dirt side of things, race fans. Do not challenge the driver out of Anderson, Texas, to running street stocks on the dirt. I'm telling you, it's just not going to work out for you. As he works to the inside here down the back straightaway, that's Cody Sleeper working the outside. Quincy Atkins is sliding backwards now. He pitted before a couple of these guys, so the tire's a little bit older. Sleeper trying to make it 3 wide. He's going to come through the middle. This is all the battle for the 9th, 10th, and 11th position. 8th, 9th, and 10th, I should say. Sleeper wasn't able to get it done up the gut. So they'll go back down to the bottom side of the speedway there because the 56 of Pugh was able to get around the 75. The two teammates there out of the No Doubt Racing stables. What happened to Peyton Johnson? He went from inside the top 10 on a good run to outside the top 10, now looking in. He's sitting right behind the driver out of Texas with Laura Lowrance right now. Cody Levitt also back here at his number 38. Here comes the 15 of Johnson. He'll peek down to the inside on that number 7. So now as Doyle works the outside of the speedway, this would be the battle for that 11th spot. Johnson trying to claw his way back in. Last car on the lead lap. There it is. With 20 to go, Doug Neal sitting back into the 19th position. There's Donald Bennett right ahead of him. And there's your race leader with 19 laps to go. Michael Sturgill still holding Hunter Reynolds at about a 1.2, 1.3 second deficit as Reynolds runs right there. We talk about those 11 top 10s this season for Hunter Reynolds here with the SimBox Cup Series for Salt Flat Racing. His worst actual finish came back at Atlanta, where he led 3 laps but finished in the 9th position. His other worst finish, it was at Las Vegas. Didn't lead any laps at Las Vegas. He finished 7th. The only other time, no, those are the only times he finished outside the top 5. The only other time he's finished off the podium spots has been at Dover, where he led 5 laps and finished 4th. So it's been a really good season. I don't know if we've seen a season like this in a very long time, as Cody Sleeper just had a moment. Driver out of Lansing, Michigan. Truck says they have something queued up here for us. Let's take a look back here. What happened to Cody Sleeper? Oh, him and Stephen Pugh make a little contact, and Sleeper gonna go down and use the access road. That's not usually. Oh, dang! Look at DK. Look at DK. And I don't mean Donkey Kong there, race fans. Drift King Cody Sleeper saves that 01. Let's ride on board here with Cody Sleeper. Hear him get back into the throttle to keep the car down there in the grass. Had to counter steer like he was racing some dirt. Downshifts and just hammers back into her. Get up to speed, young man. Sleeper, though, going to lose a ton of time. He's going to go from inside the top 10 back to running 15th, 1 spot ahead of Derek Lauder, who has picked up 10 positions here tonight. The driver out of Florida in the Finesse Laser Design Salt Flat Racing number 26. Darrell actually having himself a really good night. Started back in the 26th position. That was shotgun on the field here tonight. Number 26 cars did make the haul here to the Kentucky Speedway. Peyton Johnson on the tear here. The late runs really favor him. He's going to slide up in front of Stephen Pugh there, and Pugh actually had to hit the hooks. Peyton Johnson pulling. We're almost going to call that a slide job. I don't believe we can necessarily yell slide job, but slide job there is now that's going to put Pew and Lowrance running together. As Lowrance going to fake outside. Now he's going to bring her down to the inside with that number 7 as Pew is going to throw a little bit of a block. Come across the line. They're going to get that 13 to go marker. But now, take a look at it, race fans. If you look at the timing and scoring, you notice that black car back there of Hunter Reynolds. It is starting to creep in a little bit. Last time by, 0.3 of a second faster for Hunter Reynolds. Let's check him at the line this time. Last time by, a 31.03 for Michael Sturgill and a 30.98 second there for Hunter Reynolds. So he's chipping away. Getting closer to 10 to go, and Hunter Reynolds now is going to turn up the wick a little bit. Maybe he got himself a Krabby Patty, or maybe he went to the chum bucket. I'm not quite sure which one Hunter Reynolds prefers, if it's a Krabby Patty or a chum bucket. But we'll find out here tonight. Peyton Johnson picking him up and laying him down. This time he's going to the outside here on the number 75 of Quincy Atkins. He'll go the long way around. He went to the inside to get around Stephen Pugh. Now he'll go to the outside around Quincy Atkins. And boy, does he have one fast hot rod here tonight. So Atkins picking up his 5th spot. I want to say Peyton Johnson has probably passed the most cars here tonight, as he's been up to as high as the 6th position and as low as 17th. Lowrance again around Pugh, and here's Cody Levitt. Here's Greg O'Berry, and O'Berry has the freshest tires out of this group, so as long as he can hold it to the bottom, and actually he's going to hit the apron. He'll slide up the speedway a little bit. He does get around the 56 and the 38, but he was going for the 7 of Lowrance and just hit that apron with that front left tire, and it shot up the speedway. So I do anticipate him catching up to Doyle Lowrance here to take that 10th position, but I mean, how long is it going to take him? Well, he's only got 9 laps to do it, and it's going to be less than that because, well, here they come, marching out of turn number 4 here. The horses are wild tonight at Kentucky. Hunter Reynolds now is officially in range to get the draft off that number 90 as we ride on board here. On board with Hunter Reynolds. Lap traffic is out in front of your race leader, so lap traffic will be a factor before the end of this one. Well, let's see, is it gonna stay at 1 second or a half a second? And it does. Last time by, Reynolds was still the faster of the two, and he is coming, race fans. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of how many laps are gonna be left on the counter here tonight. Now it's holding strong right there at a half a second. He didn't pick up any ground that last time by around the track, as Sturgill's going to start to pick up the draft of Doug Neal here, as there goes Neal down into turn number 1. There you see that white SimBox entry, number 77 of Doug Neal. This is a battle on track, though, and this is the battle for the 4th spot. Maurer has it. Tim Combs would like to have it. It'll be 5 laps to go. As soon as these two come across the start-finish line, it'll be that high 5 from the flagman. Just 5 more laps of racing here at the Kentucky Speedway. And it's still holding strong. Still a half-second gap there. These two drivers. Well, here comes, looking to the inside. In turn number 1 goes the 88 of Tim Combs. 2 Chevrolet drivers battling inside the top 5. Combs really would like that 4th position. Combs was 11th coming into the night, so this is going to be a solid points night, regardless if he can get around Nathan Mauer or not. Combs had a really, really rough start to the season, 34th, 32nd, 29th to kick off the first 3 races of the season. Then he went on a top 10 streak of 4, 8, 2, 10, 8, 5 before finishing 28th at Talladega. And that's, you know, kind of like, well, throw it up into the air and see where she lands. And then 11th back at Chicago. And then here we are here tonight at the Kentucky Speedway. And now it looks like Mauer starting to stretch her out a little bit. Sturgill loses a little bit once again. 3 laps to go. And call it about 5 car lengths the distance. Lap car there, the 77 of Doug Neal will stay to the outside with 3 laps to go. Your leaders work the inside of the Speedway. And he's going to pull a little bit there. Sturgill going to open up the gap just a little bit. Not much to really prove a big difference, but he pulls it just a little bit. Popsicle sticks are going to go in the air this time. As it'll be 2 laps to go. Looks like Valenzuela having some issues in that 04 entry. He's slow on the Speedway. What happened to Danny Valenzuela here real quick? Oh, into the outside wall and down into the grassy way. Oh, got even some air time. So Valenzuela came through the grass and he got back out onto the Speedway then. Your race leader's now working to the inside of him because it will be 1 lap to go. 1 lap to go. Presented by Sim Speed Shop. And the battle for the race lead is right there. Hunter Reynolds is officially there, but can he get around him? It's the final time down the back straightaway. Hunter Reynolds, 2 car lengths entering turn number 3 for the final time. Will Reynolds sail it off? He's going to try and back the corner up to get a run off. Sturgill really sends it in. But it will be Michael Sturgill picking up the win here at the Bluegrass State. He'll be playing the spoons in victory lane over Hunter Reynolds. Tim Combs did get around the Nathan Mauer entry, so it'll be Day in 3rd, Combs in 4th, Mauer back into the 5th position. Jamie Leach in 6th, Racing Jason back into 7th, Peyton Johnson will finish in 8th, Quincy Atkins in 9th, and rounding out the top 10, Doyle Lowrance finishing in the 10th position. But there's your race winner. Picking up his 3rd win of the season. Closing in on that 4 marker right now that Hunter Reynolds has. Sturgill going to go ahead and burn him down for all your race fans tonight. Unofficial results on the left-hand side of our scoring sheet. So Sturgill going bluegrass dancing in the Bluegrass State here at the Kentucky Speedway. We're going to take a quick step away and we'll be back with our post-race show brought to us by DraftTop.com. As Sturgill is going to burn him down here. Welcome back here, race fans, to the Kentucky Speedway tonight. It was the Salt Flat 150 for the SimBox Cup Series presented by Salt Flat Racing as we're getting ready for our Draft Top post-race show here at Kentucky. Let's head down trackside and talk to our podium finishers tonight, starting off with the driver out of Cincinnati, Ohio, Michael Sturgill. Sturgill, you're going to pick up your third win here tonight, but boy, did it get exciting at the end of this one. Long runs throughout this race, but an exciting finish there as Hunter Reynolds ran you back down.
Yeah, I knew I was going to be really tight on fuel. I crossed the line with like 0.3 left in the tank. So I was trying to keep him about a second back from me, and then he just turned it up, and I saw it dwindling down, and I think a couple more laps he gets me.
Yeah, he was right there about, call it a tenth of a second behind you coming across that start-finish line. Did the car ever start to sputter on that final lap?
No, actually it didn't. I was surprised. It didn't start to sputter till the end of my burnout there.
Well, and you definitely gave the fans a show there with that burnout here. That's your third victory, Donuts, that you have been able to do this season, and well, that's going to really help you on the points championship. Looks like it should be right around, well, the deficit tonight was in that triple digits, and I believe it's going to be hovering right at the 100 marker, leaving the Kentucky Speedway here. Only a handful of races to get it done yet, Sturgill. We're going to head to Michigan, Pocono, Charlotte, and Phoenix. 4 races left. Can you pick up 100 points?
I'm going to try. All the races we have left, feel pretty confident at, but if Hunter runs how he does every week, it's going to be next to impossible, but I'll sure try.
Never say die. That's the attitude you have to have, though. But Sergio, who makes it all possible on this number 90 tonight?
Got to thank you for putting on the broadcast. You always put on a good show. The admins and all the drivers. It's nice to go green like we have been. Shout out to everyone watching, including my dad. And I think that's about it.
Well, look at that. Sturgill going to victory lane. Pops out there in the virtual land watching. Congratulations to Michael Sturgill picking up his third win of the season here with the Salt Flat Cup Series. So moving right along, finishing in the bridesmaid position. Reynolds, how many times is it now that you have finished second this season? Do you know that stat off the top of your head?
I do not know, but I know I have some wins too. So we're trying our best out here.
Well, here's the trivia question for you now. Do you have more wins or more second place finishes on the year?
I'm gonna go with seconds, probably. You probably know better than I do.
Well, I have it here in the notebook, and this will actually, if the tally markers are right, this will give you your 4th second place finish. So, I mean, you tied the wins here tonight. It was almost a win. What more did you need to get around that number 90 of Sturgill? You ran second over half of this race.
Yeah, our pit strategy was pretty good tonight. The caution kind of threw me off. I was kind of surprised, actually. Last couple races I've been caution-free. I noticed that I was faster than him in 1 and 2, and then 3 and 4 he'd gapped me by a couple tenths, basically what I made up. So maybe just managing that gap a little more could have had him. Also, there was a lap car outside of me in turn 1 of the last lap. I think it would have been a closer race, but can't complain too much about a second place. We are points racing here, and always happy to be top 3 finisher. So it was close, and good win there to Michael.
Yeah, good. Another solid night here of racing. I won't say double digits tonight. I'm promising. I have it here in big red letters, and it's all underlined, and I made sure to make note of that here tonight. So 4 wins. What is it going to make or need to wrap up this championship before the end?
Yep, I just got to put a couple more good runs together. Try and stay out front like I've been doing. Keep going, keep pushing. I can't let off. I'm not going to get in that mindset. I need to keep going after it. And, we just need good finishes here. Hopefully some luck.
Well, you had some good luck here tonight and good fortunes, too, as you finished runner-up. Who makes it all possible over there on the... oh, wait. We have a Twitter question coming in, though, here for you.
Oh, okay.
Is it eating at the Krabby? Pat, is it eating a Krabby Patty or going to the Chum Bucket? Which one is it?
Oh, 100% eating a Krabby Patty. Going to the Krusty Krab. Gotta support SpongeBob and the crew over there. They've been a huge supporter to this 28 team, and can't thank them enough.
Well, before we let you go, Hunter, though, other than the guys over at the Krusty Krab, who makes it all possible?
Oh yeah, I'd like to thank all my family and friends watching out there. Turn 3, Roger in the booth, put on an awesome broadcast. Thanks to all the league admins for putting on the league. Do a great job. Shout out to all the racers who've been going caution free. Let's keep it up, and appreciate everybody else watching.
Well, there you hear it from the runner-up finisher here tonight. He picks up another bridesmaid position. He does not have double-digit wins or anything of those sorts, but Reynolds will pick up his 4th second-place finish of the season, matching his win totals so far. Congratulations to Hunter Reynolds in that 2nd position. Finishing 3rd here tonight, it's, well, Cole. It's the poor college kid, man. You're out there hustling and grinding during the daytime, looking to get that internship, and here you are tonight putting all the pendulums and everything that you're playing with over there to the side and come out here with these boys, and you have yourself a solid night. Ran inside the top 5 all evening long. You were up as high as 2nd tonight, just not able to capitalize. You finish 3rd.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't know what lap it was, but I barely brushed the wall, and after that we had a green flag pit stop, and I had 30 seconds of damage. I knew the car was hurt after that because Sturgill and Hunter, they were pulling tenths on me a lap, so I knew it was bad. Didn't think it was gonna be that bad, so I was really, really glad and fortunate to come out with a 3rd tonight.
Well, Cole, you're inspiring and going to school to be an engineer. Have you gone to the wind tunnel ever and seen how aerodynamics really hurt a car, especially with damage on the right front fender like that?
I have not been to a wind tunnel. I'd love to go eventually, but I have seen a bunch of CAD models and that kind of stuff to see turbulence and drag and all that kind of fun stuff.
Well, then you realize that just the little bit of damage that you did have there is really going to hamper the performance, especially with only 550 horsepower. Tonight's race, how was it behind the wheel? Was it a flat-to-the-floor kind of race?
New tires, and 1 and 2 was flat out. 3 and 4 you had a lift at the beginning of the run, and then throughout the run you just kind of had to slowly start lifting. And if you were behind a car and you had no air on the nose, you really had to lift. So it kind of made it difficult to run behind someone as the run went on.
Well, you're going to have to smooth that fender out because we're going to go to the Irish Hills of Michigan next week, Cole. Is this car going to be ready to compete for another podium position?
Oh, absolutely. Just got to hope we don't find the wall next week and can finish 2 more spots ahead.
Well, good luck heading into Michigan. We'll let you go here, and I believe you're going to go celebrate down with the crew as, you know, that Deeper Darker Do crew is very strong and brings competitive cars every week, but who also helps you out behind the scenes to get on the podiums?
Well, I got to thank them, of course. We always do so great bouncing strategy off each other. Like Hunter said, unfortunately tonight with the yellows, it wasn't quite as big a factor tonight, but still got to thank them. Got to thank you up in the booth, as always, for doing awesome broadcasts, and all the racers out here and league admins and race control for everyone doing a great job.
Well, there you hear it from your 3rd place finisher tonight, Cole Day. Student by day, racer by night here on iRacing. He'll pick up another solid podium finish. So that's going to help him in the closing races here. It looks like he should pick up some points on Roy Fernandez. And that battle for 3rd is really going to start to shape up. Sergio wins here tonight at the Kentucky Speedway. So that's going to put him into the 2nd position, sole holder of that 2nd position in the points championship, leaving Kentucky. Hunter Reynolds, who finished 2nd, he'll still continue to hold that championship points lead. The gap is going to shrink by a little bit, but it's still going to be into that triple-digit number. Remember, Reynolds has not won double-digit races, but he holds a triple-digit points lead with only 4 races left on the calendar. 2 racetracks over that 2-mile marker. First, we're going to head to the Irish Hills of Michigan before we head to the honeymoon capital of the world, to the Long Pond, Pennsylvania racetrack. That's Pocono, Pennsylvania. And then we're going to head down to the Charlotte Motor Speedway before we head to the 1-mile track out in Phoenix, Arizona, the Phoenix Raceway, which will play home and host to the SimBox Cup Series Championship race. So with 4 races left, will Michael Sturgill continue on his tear? Well, we're going to have to find out just next week when we head to Michigan. But for everybody at the Salt Flat Racing Series, along with SimBox and all the guys over here at the Turn 3 Racing Network. We hope you enjoyed the show here tonight, and we'll see you tomorrow night back here with Salt Flat Racing for the IROC Series on the Turn 3 Racing Network.